Hey buddy, it's Mike here. I'm really excited to talk about Cyberpunk 2077 today and the new expansion, Phantom Liberty. This thing really improves the game, and it's not only the expansion, you don't even have to spend money. They actually introduced a free patch, so patch 2.0, and this thing overhauls so many aspects of the game. They improved the whole police chase system, so that's completely overhauled rather than, before the police would just spawn right behind you, and that was very immersive braking. And I really like how they reworked the police in this one. So now you have a similar rating system, kind of like you'd find in GTA, like a star rating. And depending on the level of crime you commit and how many crimes, it'll escalate. And you can even find yourself in chases. And another cool thing is the police actually scale in level with your character, so you don't find yourself super overpowered compared to the police, which actually really makes a huge quality of life improvement. They also improved the whole skill tree, the whole perk system, cyberware implants. They do numerous balance tweaks and performance improvements. The whole game has just been overhauled for the better. So if you haven't been playing Cyberpunk 2077, say for the past 2 years, the change is going to be absolutely drastic. They've completely overhauled the game, whether you get this expansion or not. They even added vehicle-to-vehicle combat, so I know that's something we've been asking for a while. Heck, you can even hack another vehicle and mess their brakes. And I know this game is compared a lot to like games like Grand Theft Auto 5, and I believe these two massive updates kind of make this game closer to that GTA feel that we all been wanting from Cyberpunk. So to actually get started with Phantom Liberty, you must complete the main campaign's first act, or just start a new file and skip straight to the DLC. And I love how this game starts. So it's actually the president of the United States actually crashes into this district called Dogtown. So in Dogtown is basically this brutal district where it's corrupt, it's run by an ex-military warlord. It all starts for there where you're working with the president of the United States. The thing about the storyline in this, it really makes decision making a lot more impactful. We didn't really feel that too much during the actual storyline, but yeah, there's a lot of espionage and the different political actors, and it's up to you to kind of decide who to trust and align yourself with. And there's a lot of important decisions you make that really, actually feel meaningful this time around. Some other notable changes brought in by the 2.0 update is that there's now a limit on how much cyberware you can have installed at one time, and it's actually tied to your level, which makes sense. And as you level up, the amount of cyberware you can install increases. And cyberware is also now tied to armor. You can truly see that CD Projekt Red kind of took into consideration all the feedback they got on the original game, and this improved everything. And like I said, the vehicle-to-vehicle combat, even just things like for example, Keanu Reeves. I noticed his performance was much stronger in this DLC compared to like the main storyline, and just it's almost everything we wanted from Cyberpunk 2077. It's just a shame they didn't release it in this quality, but it gives me hope for any future Cyberpunk game. And now you actually have a stamina bar. So this stamina bar is tied to like your movement and using weapons. So firing a weapon, dodging, dashing will drain your stamina meter. So this brings another layer of kind of complexity to the combat system, which was much needed. And just a heads up, when you're playing this, you might think, oh, this is very linear, because the DLC kind of starts off very linear, but I promise you it opens up a little bit later into the storyline. So yeah, it's very refreshing to get that great storyline we wanted from Cyberpunk 2077. They have also added new gear and perks, so your level cap actually rises from level 50 to 60 after the DLC is installed. So that gives you 10 additional ability perks and to customize your character. And it also introduces new vendors, upgrade tiers, new iconic weapons, and cyberware. And this kind of makes decision making on how you customize your character more impactful and more meaningful. I know in the original Cyberpunk game, an issue for a lot of people was kind of like the progression system, and they kind of addressed this through adding something called a relic tree. So what this does, it kind of enhances the skills that are already in the game, and they add little effects to the skills. Like for For example, gorilla hands, you can now stun enemies with that. And it's just one extra layer of customization that is much needed in the game. So I really enjoyed this improvement. The last thing I got to touch up on is just the Dogtown area, where pretty much the majority of this expansion takes place. It's just so well detailed. It's really something else, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. It's not a massive area, mind you, but you're gonna have a lot of fun exploring the area. And there's so many awesome side quests. There's so much fine details in this little district. It goes to show when a developer makes a little small area and spends their time with it, it's a lot better than creating like a 200-kilometer open world where you have to run for like 5 minutes to find something interesting. And Dogtown kind of has like a football stadium as its city center, and it's really something else to walk around Dogtown. You're going to find different environmental storytelling, and you're going to uncover different secrets about Dogtown. So I really had time. Like a lot of games, you just fast travel and just get through it, but I really took my time to get through, meet the different characters in Dogtown, uncover different secrets. And just the setting itself, it's almost like this beach Vegas vibe where, the rich, you got the super rich, and then the poor kind of living in the same little district, and all the politics involved with that. So just in a nutshell, you're going to have a great experience with this. I haven't even touched up on Update 2.1 yet. So Update 2.1 is going to be a huge update, not as big as 2.0, but they're still adding some huge improvements. So they're adding the metro system. So this is basically, a whole train system where you can get to 19 different fast travel points. You can either fast travel or you can experience the whole train ride yourself. It's up to you. They're also improving fights in the game. We all remember how disappointing that Atom Smasher boss fight is. Well, they're addressing that in 2.1. They're going to add replayable car races and new vehicles overall, so that's going to be exciting. I think I've driven all the different vehicles in this game, so it'll be really good to see a new variety of vehicles. They're actually updating motorcycle combat, and they're adding in new car chase sequences, so that's going to be awesome. So Update 2.1, between Update 2.0 and Update 2.1, this is the best time to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 again. CD Projekt Red did an exceptional job with this expansion, and if it wasn't worth buying before, it's definitely worth your time now. I highly recommend it. So if you haven't played Cyberpunk 2077 maybe in a couple of years, now's the time, and I highly recommend getting into this expansion. It's a lot of fun, and even if you don't get the expansion, the 2.0 update really brings a lot of improvements just to the overall quality of life. So I'm gonna highly recommend this to anyone. Since this game came out, I don't remember having this much fun with Cyberpunk 2077, and it definitely warrants a playthrough, or even if you played it again, I would highly recommend even start a fresh new character and get going from there. But yeah, Phantom Liberty gives you even more reasons just to come back to the game, and highly recommending it. And that's all for this one. If you like this type of review, please consider checking out my channel and subscribing. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.